For football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard
line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, alert. Hey, let's go double count.
Now Wilson. And incomplete to open things up. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Whoosh. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Yellow waiting. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Switch.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw, it's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play,
That too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Opposite. Mike's 50.
Shotgun now for Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Breeze now. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Makes the score Saints 10, Seahawks 9.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. That's the way. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. 40. 6 guys. Check 6.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Zebra. Hey, alert 3.
Now it's Carson. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check back 47. Not here. Check. Front left.
On second and 9, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Alert.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Wilson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch the safety creep.
Now Wilson going to throw again. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They run it with Carson. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30.
36. Y'all playing the wrong football.
On play action, now Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait and enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside it to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
Ready? Yellow lady. Max 50, Max 50. We don't want this.
Now Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Breeze. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night, they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time 5:20 in California. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
46-yard line.
280.
Check back 47. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Alert, 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 alert.
47's the mic.
There.
Check, 47. Big stop, D. Big
Right.
On first down, Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
The final shot before half for Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Saints
Here we
take
go.
over
Here we go.
first and 10
Here we go.
at their own 18-yard line.
Ready.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at their own 18.
Over. Switch gears.
From the gun, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Right there.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
11 yards there, first down.
First down, New Orleans.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10.
Here we go.
Now Breeze. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there, because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the Seahawks 37-yard line.
On second down and 4, Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
First down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Looking for the end zone. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Check 50.
Check 31.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check three, check three, check three. Good job right there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with it.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Breeze. Again has it complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Unable to stop K.J. Wright there as he slips by for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. The quick slant caught. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll run it with Kamara. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here. Now Kamara, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are pouring it on. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
12.
To try again after the sack. Wilson steps away to his left. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. The Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
5-9.
50's the mic.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Bree's going to throw here. And complete right side to Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the interception, here's Wilson on the move to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Tighten up.
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is caught by Ginn. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.